Welcome to New and In Between. I'm your host, Mia Quinn Maddox, and this is my therapy in the valley. Real talk for real life, hope when you're stuck, healing when you're hurting, and wisdom for what's next. Maybe you're stepping into something new, maybe you're stuck in between, but either way, this space is for you. So lean in, because here we don't just talk about life, we get the tools to truly live it out. New and In Between. Hello, everyone. Welcome to New and In Between. I'm your host, Mia Quinn Maddox, and of course, you could see that I'm somewhere different because we are doing something different and we are outside, literally outside. So today I have with us EricaLynn Cotton, and EricaLynn Cotton came to me through another good friend and also a past guest, Tiffany. So, Elle, welcome.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much she drove really far to come here, two hours to come and chat with me on my podcast. And I'm so grateful. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. How was your drive?
It was good. It was good. Not a lot of traffic, open road, so it was perfect.
Good. So let everyone know how we came to meet.
Okay, so we came to meet through a small group in church, Transformation Church.
Shout out to Transformation
Nation.
Exactly.
Right.
Transformation.
And so you were one of the participants in my friend Tiffany's B group.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiffany was actually in one of the very first B groups and all the other ones that I did as well. And so we met through a mutual friend randomly on an online church community.
Yeah, so people don't really get how it's like, how are you part of a church that's online? Because
in Tulsa.
Exactly. You make yourself your own community. And we join B groups.
Yep.
They're called tribes now, right?
They're called tribes now.
So they're called tribes now, but they make these groups. Someone is a leader. You sign up at your own free will, and they are scheduled for whichever day, Monday, Wednesday. Usually we were on Zoom.
Yeah.
And we would meet on Thursdays. I think we met at 7:30.
Yep.
And Tiffany led, and we usually discuss what happened in the sermon prior to. And just we would talk about life stuff and listen to gospel music and just talk, like,
and play games. Remember how she used to like do the games?
She made it so interesting because I've joined a few B groups, and she made hers fun. Like, it was just interesting, like, because you are with a group of strangers. A lot of the people who were there knew each other prior to from being in the B group beforehand. But it was great. So B groups, if you do watch Transformation Church and you aren't part of a tribe, you should join the tribe, because if I didn't join the tribe, I wouldn't have met Tiffany, and then I would not have met Elle.
Yeah. And like, these people really become your real friends. Like, it was the midst of a pandemic. I decided to join this B group and start a B group. And so at that time when B groups were forming, we had to have these mock B groups. So it was like a training of trainers.
Oh, so you kind of started it out.
Yeah, so I started it out because it used to just be in-person B groups. But then COVID happened and the world shut down. So they were like, we want to expand our reach. So we need a whole bunch of leaders who want to do these B groups. So everyone who was in my first B group were people who were going to go then out and have their own B group. So it was like a B group of B group leaders. So they trained us how to do it, and we used to have like mock days where we would like act like we're leading the group. And the very first B group I had, Tiffany was in it. And I think I led it for like 4 sessions. And each one she was in it. And it's funny because she's just here in New York, but we were strangers before. And now we're real friends where we talk literally 5 days a week. Like, something happens in my life and she's my real friend now. But we met through a church in Tulsa online.
Through a B group that we just signed up for. And that's taking a super leap of faith, because you get online literally with a bunch of people that you don't know. And I mean, you can't fake it. Like, there's no not talking about what you're going through or how you felt about church. And you just feel so comfortable with this community and group of people. So it was dope. So I'm happy that I joined a B group, and my B group was able to connect me to Tiffany, which connected me to you.
Absolutely.
So you're here, and let the world know, like, what made you say, I want to do this podcast. I want to share my story with the world?
Well, first of all, Tiff, because she was on the podcast and she told me about you and like the things that you're doing. And so I started following your social media. And then she's like, I want to be on this podcast. And I was like, really? I was like, okay, I'm going to check it out. And so as watching her share her story, I'm like, oh, I could share my story. Like, let me see. And so it's just one of those things where we all have a story. We all have a testimony, right? And so whether you've been through all of the things that I've ever been through, or you feel like you haven't been through much, like whatever it is that you've been through in your circumstance, there's someone else who can be living that same journey, who you can be of assistance to. So for me, it's important to share my journey and to share my story to uplift, encourage, and inspire people to know that like you may have these things going on in life that are not favorable, that may not have been the way you planned, but at the end of the day, like the Lord, He got you, so you're gonna be fine. You may not feel fine, but you're gonna be fine.
It may not be fine for the moment, but things always get better. Things always get better. So what brought you to Transformation Church? Like what made you say, all right, I need to find a church?
So I was attending a local church, and this is like way back, like Relationship Goals, the first one. So I want to say it was probably 2011 or no, like 2013, something like that.
Okay.
So it was the first Relationship Goals, and I was married. I got married in 2011, and baby, my husband, he was about to get out. We was about to get a divorce. Like I was all done with him.
Really?
And I found
how long were you married?
I was married for a total of 9.5 years, like 9 years.
Okay.
So going on 10. And so at the time we were going through a lot in our marriage, and I was just on YouTube and like found this sermon series called Relationship Goals. And he was a young pastor, the same age as me, had a very similar story, like met his wife when he was a teenager. They dated, then they got married. That was our story. So I'm like, let me see what he's talking about, because I don't know.
What do you know about relationship goals?
I don't know. And so I started following him then, and that sermon series saved my marriage. And every now and then I would tune on to Transformation Church. And this was like back when they were in the old building. You were OG. In the, with 18, 19. Yes. Like it was good. Like he was, And so I was following way back then. And I was still a part of my local church because my husband's dad is pastor. So I was like going to that local church, but I would tap in every now and then to Transformation Church just for the sermons, for like supplement. Because I liked Mike's Todd delivery. I liked the way that he gave the demonstrations and all those sorts of things. He was relatable.
What? He's so relatable. Like I love when he gets in my business.
Always.
I love when he gets in my business.
I'm like, Holy Spirit, you like what's happening here? Like you talking to me directly? Okay, I get it. And so it had helped me through that very challenging time in my marriage. So during COVID, well, right before COVID, I had stopped going to church because I had a baby, and then I was grieving. So, and we'll get more into my story, but the churches were shut down. So I was like, well, let me see what Transformation Church has going on. And so I logged in and I would just watch it, and I would catch up on old sermons, and then I would just continue to watch it. And there was one sermon series where he was talking about like when you go through things and you like are in a dark space, and he was like, it's meant for you to like use that to help other people. And he literally got in the camera, like you said, in my business, and was like, I'm talking to you. Like you feel like you can't do anymore, you can't push anymore, but the Lord is calling you higher. The Lord is calling you to lead. And I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, Lord, I don't know who he's talking to, because he's not calling me to lead with this little infant and I'm grieving. I don't have nothing to say to the people, like at all. So I'm so grateful to the Lord because he used Pastor Mike in a season where my marriage was literally about to end to plant those seeds that then when the whole world shut down and churches were closed, I remembered Mike Todd. And I was like, let me log in and see what they have going on, which then led me to become a leader for a B group. And like now here we are. And it's progressed so much in so many different ways. So yeah, TC has been very influential in just my journey, especially even going to conference. Like me and Tiff went to conference 2 years ago.
I was supposed to go to conference and I couldn't, and I didn't. I don't know why I couldn't make it. I think for work. I had to work or something, so I wasn't able to make it, but I did want to go. Yeah. But it's the most amazing thing to me about that church is that you don't have no excuse not to go, right? Because it's online. For our time zone, it starts at 11 o'clock.
Yep.
It's not like it starts at 7 a.m.
Yep.
And he is so relatable that it's like, oh, I got it. This is what they meant.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's so many times, like, and I'm someone who's, I'm not someone who grew up in church or went, like, we went to church, but my mother and my grandmother, when kids become so defiant that they don't want to do anything, they just like, it's like, listen, I'm not gonna fight you. And then, to find a church that is online, which makes it convenient, so you don't have no excuses. You can replay the sermon series. And Pastor Mike Todd is amazing. And he's introduced me just from watching.
That's what I was about to say. I was literally about to say that. So many different people.
What? Darius Daniels, who I watch. Girl.
Biblical scholar. Like, he's so good.
My Sunday consists of Change Church, Transformation Church, and then I started watching one church
Anita Phillips. Dr. Anita Phillips. Listen, Dr. Anita Phillips, and she's just newly starting to come onto TC now. I think last year was the first time she's ever but Dr. Anita Phillips, I've been following her for years because of the psychology of it all. Like, I'm a nurse, and then like mental health disorders and things like that have always intrigued me. Like, I have a lot of different family members with like a couple of different things going on, and even me, like, suffering from anxiety and depression growing up, and like in the church it's like, pray it away, fast it away, and it's like, there gotta be more to this, because it's, medically speaking, it's a chemical imbalance. Like, what's going on? So the fact that she like brings theology into what's actually going on with your emotions
and your body,
oh
and
my
how
goodness,
it's like a plant.
Yes. Oh, Garden of Your Heart is the name of her book.
No, the book is called oh my God, and I talk about the book all the time. It's called
The Garden Within.
The Garden Within.
Yes.
The Garden Within.
The Garden Within.
By Dr. Anita Phillips.
Yes.
If you don't have that book, The Garden Within, Dr. Anita Phillips, I talk about it all the time. It is life-changing. She breaks it down in such a way that you get it. Just like how Mike Todd does. Mike Todd breaks it down in such a way that you get it. He takes the Bible and relates it to your life in a way where there's no confusion. Absolutely none. Like, so then when you go to not do something or do something, you really understand. Like, I hear him in my head all the time. Like, all the time. Like, all the time. So it's crazy how a church that's online has such an, like, yes, it's great to be in the building. But if you don't get into a building, watching it online, like, I'm faithful to watching that. I'm faithful to paying my tithes to Transformation Church. That is my church. Like, I don't care if I never stepped in the building. That is my church.
And one thing about them, like TC Worship, baby, like I watched, they have Dominion, the album, on YouTube. And so some days, like, I'm having a rough day and like I'm in the salon because I have a hair salon as well, and I just turn it on from start to finish, and it like gets me all the way together, and it's like a little Afro beats, they dance, and it's a full concert. But all of their music, even when I'm at the gym, like, I can listen to Dominion album in the gym, like, and get it going. And they have like a lot of good worship songs, and they have like 4 or 5 albums. They're going on tour with Ty Tribbett, and Kira. Yes, in the fall. They coming here.
Yes,
I'm coming.
I will be there. Yes, we should all go together.
Yes, we should. I just texted the Tiff.
And then I just listened, and when you listen to his story, how he turned down the production deal when he was younger, how he said no to that, and even just getting, having that church turned over to him, and where he's taking it. Like, I know that who leads you is so important. So for me to follow him, and then the people who he has come on, Dr. Darius Daniels, Dr. Anita Phillips, that's how I was able, Pastor Robert what's his name?
Madhu. Oh my goodness. He's so really good too.
And then there's
Tim Ross is good. Tim Ross, Tim Ross though, it's like, I love Tim Ross, but you gotta like piece it. You gotta piece it together.
Tim Ross is no joke.
His podcast is really good.
There's no like, there's no sugar
he's
coating.
Raw.
He's telling
very
you.
raw.
I love how he prays. 2 words.
Oh yes, that's it.
Amen.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because what we doing?
Yeah, I know. I just need your help right now. That's it. No, he's dope. Who else have I? What's her name? Bianca.
Yes.
The spicy,
I don't remember.
spicy
Latina.
yes, her.
Oh my goodness, Bianca. I can't remember her last name.
Me neither, but I know her name is Bianca, and I recognize
She's
her
really
voice,
good.
and I recognize her face, and she's a beautiful girl too. I'm like, so I've come to
It's
know.
like the summer when they do the
when he goes on sabbatical.
Yeah, they let all the, and even Charles is growing up. That's my look, like he's growing up.
I love him.
He's growing up.
I love him. I love him. I love when he crashes out. His little crash outs. They're not big crash outs like how we think a crash out is, but he does. He has small crash outs, and I love him. Like, I love them like I know them.
No, for real. Charles, and his wife is a powerhouse. Like, she is gonna pray. Oh, she's gonna pray down.
Not only pray down,
like,
but look at their kids.
I know.
You know, like, and we're talking about people that we have you ever met them.
Well, yeah, but like
I haven't ever met them, but I feel like I know them.
Yeah.
So Mike Todd and Mike and Natalie Todd, those are my friends in my head. Charles and Abby are my friends in my head. Bree is my friend. My God,
I love Bree and Aaron.
Listen,
she just started like a nonprofit as well.
I love her. I follow. I mean, all of them. I follow
Destiny
them
with her story of like battling cancer and beating it.
I follow them like they're my friends.
She's my cousin.
Yeah,
Destiny is my cousin.
She's dope, and she has a beautiful voice.
And she's gonna pray. She prayed and prophesied for me the one day. Oh, baby. Like, she is, I didn't know. So I only knew her for her voice. I'm like, oh, she has a beautiful voice. She is a prophetic powerhouse. Really? When she pray, like, oh, baby, pray down. Wow. Like, that voice ain't got nothing on that prophetic gift she got. Like, the Lord is really working through her.
Wow.
Like, for like, yeah. You gotta go.
Yeah, no, I do.
There's nothing else to do in Tulsa but church. But you gotta go.
But it's something that is on my to-do list. Like, I want to make sure I step into that building because it's changed my life in such a way that I have to go. Yeah. Like, I have to go and step and see and hear and feel like, it's dope. But yeah, so I mean, Transformation Church it's connecting people. I live in New Jersey. Elle lives in Philly. Tiffany lives in the Bronx. A lot of the people in the B group were all over the place.
Yeah, we have a friend who we met, like, she lives in Atlanta, who's like our real friend now too, and like we talk all the time and like all of those sorts of things. So yeah, it connects people. So even if like TC is not your church home, like I don't really log in as much anymore as I used to, just because I'm busy with like my home church and ministry and all of that stuff, like in Philly. So I don't really log in as much anymore, but I'm just so grateful for the time of the pandemic when I needed them and they were there. And then I'm definitely listening to TC worship. And so even if Transformation Church is not like your home church, it's a great supplement for like certain things that you're going through, certain sermon series.
And you can always turn it on and listen, like
Wednesday at 12 o'clock.
I mean, what was the one that was so powerful to me? FU University.
Oh, yes. Forgiveness University was so good.
That was such a good one for me. And I suggested to all, like, I told all my friends, I said, it's long. It was a lot of parts, but listen to it from the beginning to the end. And if you don't come out of it a different person, then listen to it again.
Yeah, no, for real. That's how I am with like Anchored. Anchored was a really good one. And Here is Holy. Here is Holy is one that I just made a post the other day about Here is Holy. Like, that is what gets me, because I just be like, this don't feel holy. It don't look holy. Lord. Listen. So yeah, Here is Holy is a good sermon series as well.
See, thanks Mike Todd for connecting us all and for delivering that word in the way that we understand, and that it does change lives and it transforms lives. So you're doing a good job. Thank you. Thank you. So not only is Transformation Church something that has connected us, but you wrote a book about your life. And you are a grief counselor, which I feel like is one of the most important elements of death. Yeah. And I suggest I'm a big advocate on therapy just in general. Yeah. But I think that everybody at some point when they lose someone close, mother, father, spouse, child, just anyone should go to should visit a grief counselor. And I feel it's important. But what made you become a grief counselor, and what are your feelings on why people should utilize a grief counselor?
So for me, it was just lived experience. When I was 7 months pregnant, my husband passed away unexpectedly, 32 years old, like, random. And so because I went through such a hard time in like dealing with being pregnant, a pregnancy that was like a high risk pregnancy that I didn't even know if I would be able to carry to term anyway, because I had 2 miscarriages in the past. So like the whole time I was pregnant, I was waiting to lose my baby, and I lost my husband instead. And so it completely blindsided not only me, but like the whole family, right? And so I have this life growing inside of me. I just lost my husband, and like the future that I thought I would have. Like my whole world was in shambles, because here I am thinking like, oh, I'm a church girl. I met him at 15. We got married when I was 21. We're having this baby. I'm 30. Like we about to have this like cute little life and cute little family.
Your plan.
Yeah. And it was a great plan. I'm a nurse. He's a comic. He was working for Comedy Central. We had like a condo in North Jersey, like in Jersey City. Like we chilling. We good.
Y'all good.
Listen, we living. You know? And so when I lost him, I started therapy because I have a history of anxiety and depression not being pregnant. And I understand that like after you have a baby, your emotions are all over the place. And so I knew that I was going to need to enter therapy, just postpartum in general, not even thinking about the fact that I would be dealing with grief. So when I went to my therapist, she was really good and she helped me a lot with my grief. And because of that, it made me curious about like, okay, what are the things that actually go on inside of your body? How do you manage and cope with grief? And what's the best ways to do that? And even working as a nurse, like I was a labor and delivery nurse, and I saw grief from a different perspective of when people hear labor and delivery, they're like, oh, it's so beautiful. You see all these babies, but there's their other side of labor and delivery where people don't always leave the hospital with the baby. And so understanding that like pregnancy can be amazing and it can be great. And a lot of times you see that outcome of a live baby, but many people don't get to experience that. So just in Black maternal health in general, understanding like, okay, women are grieving their children, then women like me are grieving the family they thought they would have. That now you have this live baby after having 2 miscarriages, but now you don't have a husband. What do you do with that? How do you navigate in the world around you? Because specifically in Black culture, we just be like, oh, like you'll be fine, you'll push through. We don't talk about death.
We're afraid to talk about
things.
death. When death does happen, we pretend like it didn't.
Yes.
And then we just keep going.
So ineffective.
Yes, and we keep going and we keep going and we keep going, and we take that and we put it in a little box, and then we keep going, and then you're like, did I even? Like it's
crazy.
It is,
but that's the way we know. Like we were literally programmed and taught. Like we entered the slave trade. We were like, okay, bet you got all these great things in America. Sure, let's do it. Come over here. Like, oh, y'all lied to us. Okay. And now we got to do all the things. And so it's literally ingrained in our DNA to keep pushing and to keep going. Yes, from slavery, because that's the way we had to do it. But even like our ancestors in Africa and like things like that, like it's just one of those things. We are very resilient people. And part of the resilience is like the things happen, they're hard, and we just got to push through. And that's part of it, right? It's like you can't allow your circumstance to debilitate you and also still work through those things, because they're always going to continue to show up if you never deal with it. Like we put it in this fictitious box and sit it over here, but honestly, the box is wide open and it's going to spill out in some other area. And so because I know that in Black culture, we don't acknowledge death and we don't acknowledge grief and we don't grieve well, especially in the church.
Don't cry.
We want to pray everything
don't
away.
Don't cry.
What do you mean? Like, I was thinking about my dad despises the song Yesterday by Mary Mary. The words go, I've decided I cried my last tear yesterday. And that song came out back in the day. And I grew up in Baptist church, and I remember them singing it and whatever. And he's like, I hate that song. And I'm like, Dad, it's a beautiful song. What do you mean? And he was like, you're going to cry. It's no way you've decided that you cried your last tear yesterday. Like there are going to be things in life that make you sad, that make you cry. He was like, you have to feel emotion. Like you can't just make that decision and be like, nope, I'm gonna just let it ride. Like no, emotions are real, and that's why I like Dr. Anita Phillips.
Love her,
because she It's like, no, the things that you feel inside of you, they're real. It's a very real human experience that you're going through. And yes, Jesus can help. And he's given us practitioners who can also give us tools to work through it. It's just like he gave us tools, and like the Bible is a tool to work through it. Putting on the whole armor of God. Those are tools. And the therapist will give you tools to navigate.
I tell people all the time, it's like, yes, church is the foundation, but God has given people gifts and things and abilities and creations and inventions to help make our lives better. So if you have a headache, take the Tylenol. It's not going to kill you.
It's not.
Why would you sit there in pain when you could take something to fix the pain?
Right.
Right?
Right. Right.
Oh, I don't take medicine.
Okay.
All right, well, you don't have to take it every day, but why would you not want your life to be easier?
Right.
Like, God gives us things to make our life easier,
Yes.
and we don't take them. And a therapist is someone that helps you take all those squiggly lines in your head of things, of all these thoughts and this thought, and helps you to just make sense of them. Oh, that's just me overthinking. That's just me this. That's just my anxiety. That's just a feeling. Feelings change.
Yes.
Emotions affect your body.
Yes.
Emotions affect your body and cause other feelings.
Yes.
So when you understand that, or at least have a little bit of an understanding,
right,
then you're able to move a little bit better.
Yes. And also having a therapist who's a believer. Like my therapist now, like she's a believer. And so it's important because I'll tell her different things that I'm going through, and she be like, well, what you think the Lord is telling you, or what is he trying to teach you about that?
I love that.
And I'm just like, Sharon, this is not what, like, but I love that she makes me think that way, because the therapist that I had, she was a Christian before. Like the one that I had initially, she was a Christian, but we didn't really incorporate like what Holy Spirit is saying, what the Lord is saying, and like incorporate my spiritual gifts into the very real experience that I was having.
It's part of your being.
Yes.
And I hate when people say, oh, well, you got to tell the universe. And I'm like, the universe.
One thing about, like, why acknowledge the universe when you can literally serve the God who made
the universe,
all the things?
My God is not.
I wish somebody would listen to Blue, my daughter, instead of coming to like, oh, what are we doing? She's 5. Nobody.
The universe. I'm like,
come right to me.
God made the universe. Like, why do I need to? I don't need to put it into the universe. He's not a fisher of my thoughts and things. He knows everything I'm thinking already.
Yep.
He knows everything that's going on in me already. I don't need to put it into the universe.
Right.
I could just go to God. Hey, God, I need this.
That's it.
I need help with this. I need you to do this for me. Yep. Like, I don't need to say, oh, universe, my podcast is going to be number 1. All right. God, fish that out.
Right. And it's so true. And even to something you just said that was good, it's like understanding that the Lord can handle each and every emotion that we have. Like I talk to the Lord like I'm talking to you right now.
So do
like I talk to my friends. And this week was a week for me. And I was like, Lord, you got to fix this. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've literally done everything I can do. You got to fix it. And he's a big God. He's big enough to handle our emotions.
Everything. And
so, but I think what's important for us is to learn how to identify and articulate the emotion. Because of course he knows all. So he knows how we feel, but also it gives us language so that our community can help. Like how we talked about earlier, like I was going through so much this week, and like me and Tiff, we go back and forth. Like if she's going through something in her life, she'll call and articulate and verbalize, this is what I'm going, can you pray? Same thing with me. Like I call her, can you pray? And I do it with a lot of my friends. And so with therapy and grief counseling and all those sorts of things, help you to identify what's going on. Because of course the Lord knows all the things and he can absolutely fix it. But when you have a godly community, now you can use the verbiage and the language to tell them like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Can y'all pray for me? Like when y'all praying, just drop a little line. That's why I tell my friends, just drop a little line for me. Yeah. And they're like, sure.
A little bit. Just help her where she needs.
That's it.
It don't need to be specific and long and drawn out, but it's important. It's important to have those conversations because even a therapist is like, I tell people there's different forms of therapy. Yeah. You could go to a therapist, which is important because they are trained, they're doctors, they know, they can relate, like how Dr. Anita Phillips does, relates the body, and it makes it make more sense. But therapy is also talking to your friends honestly, with no judgment. Like, hey, girl, I'm going through it right now. And not so much venting because I'm not really a fan of venting anymore, because when you vent, most of the time you're saying things that you don't really mean
Mm-hmm.
out of anger,
Mm-hmm.
or you're angry,
Mm-hmm.
or you're just, it's like you're just venting is just blowing
Yep.
air. You
Yep.
don't, it's, you're
Yep.
not even thinking about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I've called my sister, I just need to vent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and when I hang up the phone, yeah, I might feel better for 1 second, but I go back into that same situation,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing what to do because
Right.
I'm just venting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you're venting, you don't want to hear advice. You don't
Mm-mm.
want to hear no one telling
Mm-mm.
you like you're bugging or like that
Yep.
doesn't make sense,
Yep.
or you're
Yep.
just all right, fine, I feel better. I'm vented.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm so solutions oriented that I can't even accept a venter because I want to fix everything. Like I'm a fixer. So you give me all the problems. And it's funny because I am one of those people that like everyone knows, like you can come talk to me about whatever. So now I've gotten to a point where I ask, I'm like, who you want to show up here? Like, do you want me to just listen or are you calling for advice?
Oh, that's
Because
important.
I'm such a fixer that like sometimes people do just need to get it out. And if I come with the solution, it's going to annoy them and it's going to irritate them. So I just listen and I'm like, okay, no, I get it. I understand. Now we can't stay there. We're not going to stay there. But I'm going to let you get out whatever you need to get out because you need to get it out of your body. Like you got to release all of that out of your body. So now I show up like, if somebody prefaces it with like, I need to vent, and I'm like, okay, you can vent. We not gonna stay here, but tell me what's going on, and they'll laugh and they'll tell me all the things, and we'll sit in it for a little while, and then either the conversation will like transition or they'll call me back later and then I'll just pray about the stuff that they just said, you know. But I do give some people the space to like release whatever it is because I don't want them holding it inside of them, but also I'm so solutions oriented that like you got to tell me that you only want to vent and you're not going to keep calling me venting to me about the same thing.
Listen,
you get one vent about one subject.
Now you're dumping. Like I'm not a sanitation. I'm not the sanitation.
Let's talk about it.
I don't mind my friends calling me to talk about their problems, to do a little venting, but I'm not a dump. You're not gonna dump on me. Like I don't. I've had to end friendships because I'm like, all you do is call me to dump your problems. Dump your problems. You're not calling me with anything new that you've done or tried. You're not listening to any of the suggestions that I'm making you. You just want to dump. And I have to close the garbage, the garbage dump down because I'm like, you can't keep dumping, just dumping because that pulls from me. Like it pulls from me because now I'm someone who now I'm feeling your emotions. Now I'm feeling sad for you. Now I want for you. Now I'm praying for you. Now I'm so into and you're not where I'm at for you. You don't want that for you because you just want to. Sometimes people like to sit in their own, in their own shit.
They do.
I don't want to do that.
You listen.
I don't want to do that.
I have a friend like that, and I literally had to I had to set like some very strict boundaries because although I'm open and I want my friends to share and I want to be a person that can like talk to them through their issues, to your point, if you're not doing anything to change it, you keep calling me about the same thing over and over, and I got my own stuff going on. No.
Thank you.
So we have to set boundaries, especially when we are that person that people go to. Because the Lord's going to give you grace to be able to handle and deal and pour into them. But like when you pouring, and all they doing is dumping, no.
And you're not listening. You're not taking any of the suggestions.
Because they want to be miserable. Yeah. Some people literally want to, like, they want to be miserable.
And you know what? When I ask God for discernment, it's funny because when things are happening in my life, I go right back to the moment I prayed for that. I ask God to increase my discernment, right?
Yeah.
And you think discernment is just, being able to recognize the good and the bad. No, it exposes people who they are instantly.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So when you meet someone and you see everything instantly, I'm like, oh my God, this is kind of scary because now if I move forward, God done show me who this person is. Now he's giving me the option to choose, and you better, and he's doing it quickly. Like I'm meeting people, like I'm dating. Well, I'm not really dating, but I'm meeting people.
Yeah, listen, that's a whole nother.
Some of the people
how much time you got?
I'm meeting are lasting 3 days, maybe a week. We're not even getting to the point of going out because I'm like, I know what my intentions are with dating. I want to be married. I want to spend my second half of my life with someone that I am able to build with. Like I don't want to do I just don't want to do that back and forth. Like, I don't want to play those games anymore. I'm 45 years old. I feel like I got a good another 45 in me, like, and I want to live that 45 years with all the wisdom, all the knowledge. I feel like I'm the best I've ever been in my life, and it's only going to get better. So anyone that gets me at this point is getting the best, right? And when you are at your best, you have to align yourself with best so that you guys could be better together. I don't want to play the game. So when I recognize, and this is just also too with friendship, like just any relationship, because I also pray for new friendships. I want a new circle. God help me to, find new friends that are like-minded, who are like, who share the same beliefs. And I'm seeing people instantly. And I'm having the courage to say, nope, that's not for me.
And it's funny because to the dating perspective, like when I first started dating, same thing would happen to me. And I would talk to my older brother and I'm like, it's something wrong with me. Like, it has to be something wrong. Because like, and people, the one word that every man would say, this is how I knew it was Holy Spirit talking through them, and they didn't even know, they would say, I don't want to be a distraction. And I'm like, you're not a distraction, you good. But it was like Holy Spirit telling me like, oh no, they gonna be a distraction. Like, or you'll be able to discern certain things in them, and you'll be like, oh, he fine, he make good money, he drive a nice car, like he check all them boxes. And the Lord just be like, nah, he ain't it. And to your point, like weak tops. Like, and you just be like, well, what is it, Lord?
You be like, he's a liar.
Right.
And then you be like, no, but he, and then we be making these little excuses, or you be like, he's not consistent, or he's this, or listen to how he talks about his children's mother, or his this. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't want that.
Right. And it's good to be able to cut it right. Exactly. And even with friendships, like me and my best friend are kind of talking about this professionally and just in our regular friendships, like our friend groups. Like the Lord is doing a lot of weeding right now, and He's showing us people and their intentions. And we're looking back, and it's people who have been around for some time. And we've never seen these characteristics before. So in certain situations, He'll bring it up right away, like He has been with like dating with us, right? But in other scenarios, it's people who have kind of been around, and the Lord's like, nope, their time is up. Nope, they're in it for this.
Yeah, I'm definitely going through that too, as if friendships expiring. And for me, like Tyler Perry has wrote this book that I read that I loved. And in the book, he talked about friendships being leaves, branches, and roots, like in the form of a tree. Leaves are for the season. So you have friends that come in for the season. Every season, the leaves eventually they fall off, right? And then you have branches. Branches may stay the test of time, but in a bad storm, sometimes they break. If you get a root friend, you're fortunate to have a root friend, but everyone is not going to be your root friend. It takes years for tree roots to grow deep into the ground. So if you're fortunate enough to get a relationship that is a tree, that is a root friendship, then you are very lucky. But what I get is what I'm content with. So when I have friends come into my life, and when I know that it's time for this friendship to end, I don't hold on anymore. I don't I allow myself to grieve, because I feel like grieving isn't just for
It's
death.
not just for death. It's not.
When I was let go from my job in December, I had to sit down and grieve the loss of that job. When I'm in relation, like I had some friends that didn't make it through that storm, and I had to grieve the loss of those friends. And be okay with saying, okay, they served the season that they were supposed to serve, and I have to let it go, because that means God has something better for me. But I have to grieve.
You have to grieve.
Listen.
You have to. And that acceptance piece, acceptance is the final stage of grief. That acceptance piece, like accepting where you are, accepting where your life is, accepting that it's not what you thought it was going to be, even though you planned for it to be that way. That is the most challenging and difficult part. And that's one of the things that I talk about in grief counseling is like, yes, I help women who have lost their husbands or lost their partners grieve through like raising a family and all of those things. But grief, to your point, it can be from a job, it can be from a friendship, it can be from whatever, losing a house, your life literally not being like in that 30s to 40s like age range.
Girl,
it's a lot of grief. Because we literally saw ourselves a certain way. So every birthday that you experience and your life is not the way you wrote down in that journal or imagined when you was 15 years old. Even when you took those steps. All right, I went to college. I, took these classes. I made these connections. I was in the right places at the right time. So when you project and see like, all right, by 40, I'm going to be this. By 50, I'm going to be this. And this your 39th birthday. and you like, I got a year to do all that, and you know it's not realistic, you are going to grieve it and have to accept it. And accepting your life for what it is the most challenging part. But when you finally get there, there's so much freedom. There is so much freedom in acceptance.
And that's where I feel like a lot of us get stuck. We don't accept it. We
hard.
don't accept that people will betray you. We don't accept that you will lose a job maybe or not. You may lose a house. You may lose a husband. You may lose a wife. I've also had some guests, because we always talk about widows, and we always assume widows are always women.
Yep.
And
but widowers.
Really, because I have two guests that was on the podcast. A good friend of mine, Torre, and another good friend of mine, Aaron, and they both lost their wives. And we just don't think about the men part. And my friend Torre, it's like, oh shoot, like you're a widow, like he stays in my prayers, because I can never imagine losing like, and we wives hold, and women and girlfriends, we just hold a different, because the support we give is unlike nothing else that can be given. So when you lose that as a man.
And men live longer, they're healthier, their quality of lives are better when they're married. That's why I be confused about the men who never want to be married. I'm like, oh, you want to not have a great life.
But
you
also,
just
too,
don't
I just
want
feel
to
like
prosper.
they've never seen anybody in a healthy marriage to know that it's possible. And when I mean healthy marriage, I don't mean like a marriage without problems, because life is full of problems. But they haven't seen
the benefit.
Yeah,
it's true.
Like,
it's true. I have a lot of friends like that.
Me as a independent, like I talk about it all the time, about how, my generation came from broken parents, and then what they created with us was independence. Be independent. You got to take care of yourself. Be independent. You got and now, but they've coddled the boys. Right? They forced us to be independent, to take care of everything. They've coddled the boys. So now I'm dealing with coddled men, right? And it's like, what?
It's a dysfunctional dynamic, because
I'm so
the
independent.
women didn't have husbands. So when they had sons, they made the sons assume that role while also coddling them and them being their everything. So
it's a vicious cycle. It is. It's a vicious cycle. And then us women that are so independent, we think that we have to use all the experience that we've had all for our whole life in one day.
Right.
All
right, we're not gonna start talking right now.
I was talking to my friend the other day, and I was like,
girl, you just came for me.
We take all the experience that we have, and we think we have to use it all in one day. We got to do everything. I got it. I've started taking help. I've started asking for help. I've started accepting help. And my life has become so much easier. I just gave a speech at my family reunion, and I made sure to talk about asking for help. Ask. Because I come from a family of superwomen. And they be doing everything, and they be stressed out. And I'm like, ask for help.
That's it.
Because people like to help.
They want to help. They want to help.
But sometimes you just have to ask. It's humbling to say, you know what? Oh my God, can you help me?
Yeah. And it's so crazy, because I'm a giver. I am a terrible receiver. So I love to help all the people and do all the things. It makes you
feel good.
It makes me feel great. And then when they want to help me, I'll be like, no.
Why wouldn't you not give that same feeling to somebody else?
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying
to be able to be a giver and a helper. I feel like that's a gift from God, because everyone doesn't have that. So why would you not want to bless somebody else with being able to give their gift or to help you? Like it's crazy how our minds have been wired. I have a friend who's getting married in a few weeks. And she didn't have any gift registry, no fund, no nothing. And everyone's like, what? And she's like, well, I just feel like the things that I ask, that I buy and want are very expensive, and I don't want to put that on people, and and I'm just like,
give them the opportunity.
To be able to give a gift is a blessing. To be able to receive a gift is a blessing. And stop counting people's money and their ability to do things, because we do that too.
We do that.
Oh, I'm not going to ask her because she's busy.
So much going
they got so much on their plate. And then we be stuffed
and burned out.
Yeah.
And you are so right. I have gotten better. And I think the only reason why I got better is because the Lord shifted my circle to a whole bunch of givers. So we have to learn how to be receivers because we're all givers, but we give to each other. But and it's the funniest thing. Last week, my one friend, I've had like a lot of flooding in my house. And so I recently bought a whole nother dehumidifier, but from Home Depot, still new, for 3 weeks, just sitting at the bottom of my basement steps, haven't used it. So my one friend was like, yeah, I got this flooding in my house. I'm like, oh, I got a dehumidifier for you. You can use it. And she's like, no, I don't want it, blah, blah, blah. So then I text my other girlfriend. I'm like, you got her address? Because I'm going to just send it to her. I'm going to just drop it off at her house. And she's like, no, but I'm meeting her today at 3. I said, great. I'm going to give you this dehumidifier, right? So she goes and she takes the dehumidifier, and my friend's pissed.
That you didn't even use
that
yet.
I didn't use, brand new in the box. Still wrapped up with the tag on it because I did in-store pickup. So she drops it off and she pissed. Why would you give me this? But like fake, you know, like she's grateful, but also like we don't know how to receive.
Yeah, it's like, why would you give this to me, girl? Yeah, you know that you need that,
right?
And I don't really, and
it's like, but I wasn't using it. It's been down my basement for 3 weeks,
and I haven't. So you have a need.
Yes, and you have a need. So here. And then while we were on the phone, then the other friend who dropped it off was like, oh, great. So since we are being obedient today, what you want for lunch? Because I'm going to send you lunch. Because everybody knows, like, I'll work all day and I won't eat. And I was like, oh, I love y'all. Bye. And she was like, no, it's no bye. What do you want to eat for lunch? I'm going to send you lunch. So it was this beautiful moment of givers, just not trying to receive. But the Lord knew we needed each other.
Which is crazy because I love a gift. I love a surprise. I love like when and it's like when we have boyfriends or husbands, we love for them to do stuff for us and give us gifts. And why wouldn't you want that from your friend? Why wouldn't you want that? Like there's no compartmentalization to that's what we do with things like giving, and we compartmentalize it. Like it's good to do it to them, but it's not good for me.
Right. That's so, because we were raised to be hyper independent, we see accepting help as a sign of weakness.
Yes.
Because our parents sucked it up and did it, and they were able to push through, so we should too.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, even in parenting, that I mean, my daughter's only 5, but when I'm struggling, when I'm sad, when things are overwhelming, I want her to see it, because growing up, when things got too hard for me in my 20s and 30s, like, I would think it was something wrong with me that I couldn't handle all the things, because I never really saw the women in my lives look like they were struggling or look like it was hard for them.
Yeah,
but it was.
You know,
they just weren't vulnerable enough to share that.
People say, "Oh, you make it look so easy. Oh, you come to work and you just make it look so easy." We always make it look so easy because all we know how to do is push through. Push through. We don't know how to say, "I'm not having a good day right now. I need to be left alone," or "I'm not having a good day right now, so let me apologize now for if I'm snappy," because you have the ability to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
And there should be no problem with being able to I mean, because even myself, I say, whatever you're going through, you can't bring that to work, pack it up, leave it at the door. No,
it's going to spill over.
It's going to spill over. So if you are able to say to your coworkers, like, "Hey guys, I'm going through something, so if I'm a little short or if I'm a little, please give me grace because I'm going through something."
Right.
If you're open to say that in the beginning, then it allows people to help you, right? To give you a little bit of grace and to possibly maybe stay away from you, or to you don't know how they can help out your situation, but we don't say that. We just come in, we bottle it up, and we push through. And then we're in traffic carrying on like a crazy person because the day has, it's crazy how we.
Yep. And I think that's one of the things we really have to get comfortable with, where we are and how we feel, articulate it, and we got to let the people around us know what's going on. Like one of the jobs that I have now, the manager is so understanding. She's like, this job is a job. And she young too, right? Like she's like, I don't know, 38, 39, right? So she's definitely from the mindset of like, this is a job, it pays my bills, but like my family and my life is way more important than whatever they got going on here.
Because if I die tomorrow, I will be replaced.
I'm telling you, in 45 minutes.
Listen,
in 45 minutes.
I've been on not even on a job. I just recently went to Malta for vacation, and on my way there, someone died on my plane.
Oh.
Never in my, I've been flying since I was 5 years old. I've never had anyone die on a plane. Died. Like the woman passed away on the plane. We had the emergency land in St. John, and they didn't really tell us what was going on. And I saw this green body bag get carried away.
Oh my God.
After we sat in St. John for 4 hours, it was one of the most devastating things ever, because not the death part,
Yeah.
but to know that I got on a plane with somebody who was alive, right? And they did not make it to their destination.
Right.
It just put into perspective how, I mean, and what I found out later on, she was older, 94. I guess she was going back to Italy or whatever the case may be. But it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Your life could be ended at any moment on a plane. And you know what happened after they took that body and put it into the bottom of the plane? We went back up, and when we landed in Rome, you think people thought about that woman?
No.
I cried for about 3 hours. First of all, I was having a rough time. I missed my connecting flight. The airport was huge. Nobody was really helpful. All of that weighing on me. When I finally got into the lounge, I boohoo cried because I just could not believe. I'm like, this woman died, and we just kept pushing on like nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
And that's literally.
They didn't even get, like, there wasn't even a moment of silence. Like nothing. There wasn't even like a conversation like, hey guys, you know, someone passed away on a plane. It was just, okay, everyone that's on this side needs to move on this side because we're about to. They didn't even say it. And then when I saw that green body go with that form in it, I was like,
yeah.
It just puts it into perspective, like, oh shoot, like, you know, like I'm getting to do something that's super amazing, like fly places. This lady didn't make it.
She didn't make it.
And when I made it to Malta, I made the best of the trip. The absolute best time of the trip. But it's like, we just don't, I don't know, like, the blueprint is there for us through the Bible, right? And whether we choose to follow it or not is whether your life will be easy or hard. And when I mean easy, because there still will be hard things, but it won't be as hard. So when I make decisions now, or when I'm struggling with something, I think about, I'm like, he doesn't want me to struggle. Like, he gave me a sister to ask for help. He gave me a 6'5" nephew. He gave me another nephew that's really strong. So when I got to move my stuff from storage, why am I struggling? Why am I not asking them to just come help me for an hour? I asked my nephew. He's like, okay, no fight. Okay.
Yep. And I think that's the lesson in it, is like, whether you are going through something emotionally or whether you need help outwardly with physical tasks, like, you have to be able to like open your mouth and articulate it. And the one thing though I think about community in our village is that the people know who we are. So in this season, certain people I will call and ask and be like, can you help me? And then there are also people who just know that I'm never going to ask, and they just won't show up. And I think had it not been for the people who, when I was still too prideful to ask, if it wasn't for them showing up and teaching me how to accept love and accept help, I would never be at a stage now where I can actually ask. Now, I'm still not where I need to be.
No, I get you. I'll ask, like, hey, can you help me with my storage? But trust and believe, there are situations and things that I'm still learning myself, because when I am struggling in something and I get through it stressed out, I'm like, that was dumb. Like, you could have asked for help, or you, like, that was your pride. That was your ego. Because that pride and that girl, that pride and ego, and you think that you have gotten rid of it, and we don't realize that. Oh my God. And it's like, not asking for help, thinking that we got it all. Like, you know, I'm a woman. I got this. Like, I've raised those kids by myself. I don't need this. That's such, no, it's such pride and such ego. And those are the two things that I feel like ruin relationships, which stunt people's growth.
I need help. Help me. Like, even when it comes to like relationally, like, they be like, oh, you a strong, independent Black woman. You don't need no man. Oh no. Lord, send my husband. I need him.
Listen, I stopped letting people say that, like, oh no, I don't need no man.
No, I need him. Send him. Where he at? What time will he be there?
Adam and Eve for a reason. And
He needed to help me.
I don't care what has happened in the world. I don't care what's going on. I know that God created me, and he ain't make me this great to be by myself and just to be helping my friends and my sister and my nephew.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he has not presented me to my husband yet, it's because he's doing a little bit more work.
Yep.
And
on either one of y'all.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we put it on ourselves like, oh, the Lord's still doing work on me. No, he probably still got a little bit of developing.
A lot of work to do. If I'm 45 and it's taking me, like, I think about some of the situations and things that I've been through and that I've done, and I'm like, wow, it took me that long to figure it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I listen to Mike Todd and he says things and it makes it, I'm like, that's how simple that is. Like, really? That's how simple it is?
Yeah.
Like,
our minds are wired differently too than men. Like, we go, oh, like this. And they just be like, oh.
I just had some guy tell me, oh, you're overthinking it, love. Yeah. Overthinking that you were supposed to do something that you said.
Oh no, he's gaslighting
and then you didn't say it. That and then you didn't do it. And now I'm overthinking.
I'm letting you know exactly what it is. I'm not overthinking. It's clear.
I'm like, what?
You just don't want to be exposed.
Yeah,
it's clear.
And that's when I'm like,
I overthought.
Overthinking. But you know what happens? Then you start thinking, maybe I am overthinking. Maybe I.
Yeah, because they want you to start overthinking the fact that you.
Get out of
it's
here.
A fact.
Get out of here.
Like,
please, thank you, bye. Like, goodbye.
Yes.
Like, goodbye. But no, it's crazy. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment here at New and In Between. I'll see you next time. Peace. Hey everyone, it's your girl Mia Quinn Maddox, and this is New and In Between.